So today I'm going to share with you guys 7 plant-based food tips on how to acquire and maintain good looking healthy skin. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you very much, and if you're new to our channel, welcome. My name is Svetlana. I am a certified nutritional therapist, and if you're interested in content that is educating on nutrition and how to treat your body and how what you put in your body responds to what you're getting at the moment, please consider subscribing and bang that notification bell, and you will get notified every time that we upload a new video. Without further ado, let's get into today's video. Natural glow, healthy skin, aesthetics. Those words have probably not been used more at a time in society than they are right now in the 21st century. And the truth is, cosmetics are great. Expensive cosmetics are great. There are some really good products out there. But what you're ultimately looking for is something that is long-term and that is sustainable. And the only way that your skin can respond in a sustainable way to give you what you're looking for is by changing your diet. As a nutritionist, I often get asked, what can I do? What can I use? What can I buy? What are the products that you recommend? And the only recommendation that I give is change the way that you eat. Change certain food habits, and you're going to get the results that you're looking for. On that note, if you would like for me to give you some tips on the correct way of supplementing, whether you are on a standard diet, whether you're plant-based, whether you're vegan, whether you're vegetarian, pescatarian, the works. If you're interested in me doing a video on correct supplementation, put a comment in the comment section and I'll be happy to do that. Without further ado, let's get into today's video. Our chart number 7, we start with dark chocolate. Dark chocolate 70% or higher is predominantly vegan because it consists of cocoa butter and cocoa. Cocoa powder in its raw form contains a compound called theobromine. This is the alkaloid that is responsible for the bitter taste in chocolate. But what it's amazing for, it's packed with antioxidants that are good for skin elasticity, it promotes hydration, and it reduces wrinkles. What theobromine also does is that it improves blood flow to the skin, which increases your skin density. And that's something that you definitely want because that's what keeps your skin looking firm and supple and ageless. But I would recommend that you stay 70% or above, nothing lower than that. Number 2, beta-carotene. Beta-carotene is the pigment that gives food its rich color, and it's derived from the Latin word for carrot. This is the compound that is responsible for giving certain foods their bright orange, bright yellow colors. I'm talking mangoes, tangerine, papaya, cantaloupes, butternut, carrots, as well as the root turmeric. Turmeric consists of a compound called curcumin. It's filled with anti-inflammatory properties and it can be used to treat eczema, and it's responsible for giving the skin that natural glow. Now, when it comes to yellow and orange foods, the richer the color, the higher the beta-carotene, which means the higher the level of antioxidant properties and the higher the level of vitamin C. Turmeric is very, very rich in vitamin C, and you can use it in your food. You can make a tea with it, or you can make a DIY face mask. Turmeric is definitely something that you want to keep at home. Number 4, tomato, whichever way you prefer to say it. Tomatoes are very rich in vitamin E and C, and they are filled with anti-inflammatory properties. Now, tomatoes in their raw form, they are really good, but when they're exposed to heat, whether they are cooked or they are blanched or they are poached a little bit, tomatoes release a compound called lycopene. Lycopene is described as a skin protecting carotenoid, and it's responsible for protecting the skin against sudden damage as well as harsh weather, whether it's cold, whether it's too cold, or whether it's too much heat. And what it also does, it helps to reduce excess sebum. This is what happens when there's oil buildup on your skin, which can cause clogged pores, and it can cause whiteheads and blackheads and ultimately uneven skin tone. And lycopene, which is found in tomatoes, is very good for clearing up dark spots on the skin that would have been caused by clogged pores and blackheads. What you could also do is make a tomato paste at home, put it on your face for 10 to 15 minutes and wash it off, and boom. Number 4 is goji berries. Now, goji berries are often neglected because a lot of people don't really know what they are, and they can be a little bit costly. They are also referred to as the wolfberry. Goji berries are a 4,000-year-old Chinese beauty secret, and the reason for this is because they are packed with phytochemicals and antioxidants that protect the body against oxidation damage. Oxidative stress is basically what happens when your body is low on oxygen, because your entire body is using oxygen, your lungs, your blood, your brain. And now when your body is low on oxygen, your body can go into what is called oxidative stress, which means that your cells are not repairing as fast enough, and this is something that easily contributes to premature aging, to gray hair. And now this often happens when you don't eat food that are high in antioxidants, or people that live in densely populated areas or areas where there's high air pollution. So what you want to do is fuel up on foods that are very high in antioxidant. This will reduce inflammation, it will slow down aging, and berries are on that list, with goji berries being at the very top. It is considered a superfood when it comes to antioxidant properties. Number 3 at the top of that list is kale. I absolutely love kale. I'm obsessed with it. I always have it around the house, and it's reasonably priced to get it where I live. Now, kale is considered the king of vegetables because it's an overlooked superfood. Kale has vitamin A, B, C, E, K, B6, iron, magnesium, potassium, calcium, in that order. So it's basically the multivitamin of vegetables. The antioxidants in kale are responsible for correcting hyperpigmentation. Now, hyperpigmentation is what happens when you have certain areas of your skin or your face where some are darker and some are lighter. So for natural toning, kale is something that easily helps with getting rid of that. It helps to detox and unclog pores that are caused by oil buildup, and it helps to reduce fine lines and brighten the skin. Wherever you live, if you can, get yourself some kale, and I guarantee you toning is something that you will never have to worry about again. You can thank me later. Number 2 is green tea. Yes, the hype is real. Green tea is amazing for you, and it's double amazing for your skin. Matcha originates from Japan, and it's considered the highest grade of green tea. Your standard green tea is harvested at mature age, but matcha is intentionally harvested at 3 weeks, and it's grown in shade. So if you're somebody that's trying to get off coffee, matcha is something that you can supplement your coffee with, because what happens with coffee is you get a steep high and then a very steep low after the energy wears off. But with matcha, the energy level is a progressive high and a progressive low again in about double the time, for about a quarter of the same quantity of caffeine that you would get in the same serving of coffee. Matcha is something that you definitely want to try and get, especially for the coffee heads out there. I am guilty of that, and matcha has been helping me tremendously during the time that I've been trying to lower my coffee intake. Now, matcha is also high in EGCG, which is basically an extract of green tea, and this helps to exfoliate the skin, unclog pores, and control oil. It's also used to treat acne as well as hormonal imbalance. And hormonal imbalance can be caused by a multitude of things. If you're a lady, it could be because it's that time of the month, or whether you're a man, it could be because your diet is not quite right, or even if you're just a teenager and you're going through hormonal fluctuations right now. Green tea is definitely something that is going to help with that. So believe the hype that green tea is that must have. Now, number 1 at the very top of our list is hibiscus tea. Earlier you saw me making my cup of tea. I absolutely love hibiscus tea. I always have it around the house. And hibiscus tea originates from Africa, but it's also found in certain parts in South America, and it's actually the national drink in few African countries. I think it's Ghana, Nigeria, Senegal, and Egypt. Now, this little pink flower is a rich source of vitamin C, and what it does is it promotes the body to produce its own collagen. And what this does is it enhances the skin's ability to retain moisture, to stay soft and to stay supple, especially during summer or if you live in a very hot country, because the good thing about it, you can have it hot, you can have it cold, it still retains its properties. And it's also considered a natural Botox because it's proved to delay premature aging. So all in all, try out 1 or 2 or all 7 of these plant-based food options. I guarantee you'll be able to see results almost immediately, because what a lot of us forget is that your skin is actually the largest detoxing organ in your body. You've got your liver, your kidneys, and your skin. And your skin takes the harshest beatings. It's exposed to cold, it's exposed to heat, and all sorts of heavy metals that are in the air, that are in the water that we drink. So it takes the largest part of the detoxing process in your body. So it's something that you definitely want to take care of. These 7 tips that I've given you today, I hope that you'll be able to make that a habit, and you'll make sure that you've got at least 1 or 2 or 4 or 7 of all of these food items in your cabinet every day. Incorporate it in your diet. And once you've gotten a chance to incorporate it in your diet, after a couple of days, after a week, come back, put it in the comment section, DM me on Instagram, and let me know how it's going. If you would like to see more content like this, hit the subscribe button right here, bang the notification bell, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.